What's up, peeps? It is hump day! Hold on, let me get started real quick, and then we will start painting. I kept thinking it was Thursday, but no, I'm wrong, it's Wednesday. Okay, so today we are doing the one-stroke method. I'm not gonna lie, it did take me a while to kind of get this right, but no worries. We're gonna try our best and see how well we could do this. So let me just get situated. Okay. All right. So this is kind of a process that does take a few layers, and you do have to let the paint dry. So let's start out doing. Oh, actually, for those who are kind of new here, if you don't know what we're doing, this is just a way to encourage social distancing. A lot of us at News West 9 are doing different activities. So yeah, this is one of them, painting. Okay, so that's what we're doing, and just need a few colors. It doesn't really matter what color you choose. I'm using a black background, so I want colors to pop. So I'm going to do pink and white. And then I'm going to use green for the stems. So that's what you're going to use first. I'm going to go halfsies with my little flat brush right here, half dark green, then half light green. And then I'm going to brush it off on my canvas, kind of evenly spread it. So let me do 3 flowers just so I can show you guys some of the technique here. But you're going to start out with stem here. So I'm really not an expert at this, like it took me a few hours to kind of get this right, but I'll do my best to explain it. Okay. And then I'll do one maybe right here in the middle. Okay. So for to actually make a leaf, you want to evenly have, okay, so you want to have light paint on one side for the light green, and then you want to have dark green for the other one. So I'm going to scrape it off. So let's say I want to add a little leaf right here. Okay, this part, just kind of watch this. It's going to be like a little squiggle. Okay. Then I'm going to do the same thing. And you want to keep dipping your brush in the paint. Oops. And then touch up this part. And then what you see here is that you kind of get this gradient. So let's try that one more time. Maybe I'll do it this way. So you want to start out with a wider base, and as you get to the top, you just kind of want to drag the brush. Okay. It's really a personal preference, and whether you want the light green on the outside or, you know, whatever. I'm just doing little squiggles. There you go. Okay, so let's say we have that, and we're okay with that. The next thing we're going to do is you're going to start working on the petals, and you can really do as many flowers as you want. So I'm choosing what, okay, here's the example. So I just use magenta and white. And like I said, when you're using that on a black background, it kind of makes those colors pop. So let's try that. So I do use different brushes, and it's up to you. I do prefer have like a smaller brush and then a larger brush. Okay, so let me put some of this paint. This is just a magenta. Okay, so same process. Half in one color, half in the other color, okay? Now let me get my book. So here you can see like I've kind of just been evenly making sure the color is on that brush, okay? So once you do that, I'm gonna do white on the outside. And imagine like you're kind of like you're painting a flower. So I'll start out here. There's some gaps here. That's gonna happen. That's fine. I need more paint. I need more white. Man, I love me some CCR. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3. I usually just, but that's why it's called one stroke, because you're doing it all in one stroke like that. And just make sure you're loading up your brush every single time. So I want to do 3 petals. That's my plan here. I'm just going to touch this up a little bit. Okay, see, there's a little bit of that gap right there. That's okay. Just go back. Actually, yeah, let's start up on top here. Just 3 squiggles. And you're shaping them out like a triangle. When you see petals, they kind of get smaller in the center right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Practice makes perfect. I wouldn't even start on a canvas if you want to try this method out, because you will make mistakes if you're just, practicing doing the one stroke method. So one more time, 1, 2, 3. Getting some of those gaps there again. That's okay. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. And be careful how you dip your brush, because sometimes you can accidentally dip the white into the pink and vice versa. Okay, so do you see how I did that? There are 5 petals for each flower. Let's try it one more time just so you can see. We'll start here. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. Just fill in those gaps one more time. This is after a lot of practice, y'all. I was not, like, you should have seen how they looked like before. It was just a mess. 1, 2, 3. And I'm just kind of moving the brush up and down. This paint will dry really fast. Make sure when you're using acrylic paint, you just cap it off real quick and don't leave the cap open like Jolina does, because you will make a mess. Okay. All right, one more time. Remember to be careful. You want to dip the same exact colors in the corresponding colors. You don't want to mess up your painting. Okay, I'm going to touch up on this one more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Just gonna go back. And when you go back, you will see that the colors do tend to blend a little better. One, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna fix that up a little bit. Okay. So you have something like this. This is gonna be how you start out in the very beginning. So once that's done, that's when I move on to my smaller brush. So, okay, so just, this is kind of important. So this is the kind of brush I'm using. It's a flat brush, and this is how I'm able to make those strokes like that. So I have a smaller one. It's a little thinner, and this is going to help you get some of the center petals. Okay, so that's going to dry. Oh, look, it dried. Okay, so this one just doesn't have the leaves, but I'll go over that one more time. Okay, half in the pink, half in the white, and then I'm going to, yeah, just use like another piece of paper if you need to, so you can distribute the colors on the brush evenly. So here's the next part. This is going to be a little tricky, but you're going to, actually, let me use this brush, and then we'll touch up on the other ones later. Okay, go half pink, half white. This is going to be the inside of your flower. So white on top, just because I want it to be white on top, and then pink on the inside. You're going to create kind of like a C shape right here, okay? Get more pink, load up this one. And you can use blue, you don't have to use pink like I am. Okay, one more time, kind of a C right here. Like a small little, not a C, but just kind of a little arch right there. One more time here. Okay. So I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to use my blow dryer just to speed up this process. Okay. It dries pretty fast, so it's really depending on how thick the paint is. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to do it kind of right underneath there, and I'm using a smaller brush. You don't want to make it too wide, just a little one. So do another arch. Okay, right underneath your big one. Okay. Try it one more time. Okay, so here's the next part. Now I'm going to go back with that other brush that I was using. Make sure it's dry. Half in the pink, half in the white. And now I'm going to connect this part from your second arch and drag it to the top part of this arch, okay? So did you see how I did that? I'll do it one more time. Like that. And you want, so you know how you did your arch upside down? You're gonna do it the opposite way. So start on the end here and drag up. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna do a smaller one for the next one. Okay, I'm going to connect this part to that top arch right here. So, let me do it one more time. Okay. So once you have that, then you're going to add your petals. This is going to be a little tricky, but I'll try my best to explain it. So I'm going to load up the brush each time. It's very crucial that you load up your brush because sometimes you're going to miss some spots and you want to distribute the paint when you do that. So picture like a C, like a backward C. I'm going to go on the side here and then drag that brush down. Let me do it a little slower so I could show you. Do it right here. And using this type of brush, in my opinion, I feel is better. Rather than like a rounded brush, you know, because it's more precise, I think. Okay, let's do it here. And then if you're using a canvas, move your canvas upside down. So I'm right-handed, this is a little easier for me. Just loading up real quick. Then I'm going to do the same to this side. Start here and then drag this petal down. Okay, and then repeat the same process right here, like a backward C. I think once you keep doing that, and you just keep trying that technique, that's how you get better. I think I would say the inner petals are going to be the tricky part. So start where that inner petal is. Move down. And I kind of want to fill it up a little bit. So I see there's a lot of pink right here. I want to put some inner petals there. And you're just going to repeat that same process. I'll just start here. Okay. So to make that petal, I'll show you how I did it. Okay, so I'm gonna start. So you see how there's a lot of pink here? I don't really like that, it looks unfinished. So I'm gonna bring, remember it's always white on top. You wanna keep that pattern consistent. Same thing. In the inner petal, go down. Okay, so you see how it kind of ends right here? We need to add an additional petal. So I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to touch that up a little bit. Once you keep practicing, you'll get the hang of it. Like, I don't even think this is perfect. Okay, so I'll do the same thing right here. So you see how there's like a lot of, there's a lot of pink right here. I'm gonna mark right here and bring it down. Start on the side. So there's a little smudge here, but we're Bob Ross, remember? We need to make sure that they're happy accidents. Okay. Just let me wash this off. Just as long as you make sure the paint on your brush stays the same. And you're marking everything the same way you've been doing throughout the entire painting. So I'm just going to add a petal there. I need to touch that up a lot. Okay, so let's do the leaves one more time. So I'm using the same brush, I'm just washing it in between. So half in the dark green, half in the light green. Make sure you distribute the color evenly on a separate sheet of paper. I'm gonna add a little line, just a little small part right here for the stem. My music stopped. Okay, whatever. So now I think I'm gonna do light green on the outside. So start with a wide base, go up and down, and then drag it up top. Actually, let me do that one more time. And I'm kind of slanting the brush as I move up like that. A bunch of squiggles. Make sure you're watching to make sure it's even. I'm going to touch that up again. I want to do light green on the outside. I don't know. I think it looks better. And then as I move on to the top, kind of drag it out. I'm not even counting the number of strokes I'm doing, I'm just eyeballing it. I don't think counting it is really necessary. But try out the leaves. I would say the leaves were pretty easy to learn. Do a little stem right there. One more time. Start out with a wide base and then slowly slant your brush, lightly lift. Squiggle as you move up top. Let me just add a few more. Okay, and that is how you do one stroke flowers using that technique. This is something that takes a lot of practice. Like I kind of did a couple rounds just to be sure, and a lot of it is knowing the placement on where you put the petals. So try it out on construction paper or whatever, and then move on to canvas and see how it works out for you. But if you let me know, and if you try it out, just let me know and show me. I would love to see them. So that is it. Remember, we do these sessions every Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock. So stay tuned for tomorrow if you have any suggestions or any requests on whatever you want me to paint, and maybe we can do a tutorial on it. All right, bye y'all. Have a great day.